What's up, taste buds? Welcome to the podcast that asks the dangerous questions and eats the evidence. Put it in my mouth. I'm Lala.
I'm Judith.
Hi, dude.
Eats the evidence, but what if it's like tainted fish?
Oh. Let's try it.
Fish.
I have to think you'd only have the best evidence here. So
Okay, we haven't introduced you yet.
No
So you
speaking
pipe
yet.
down
No
over
speaking.
there. Although we aren't going to do a thing.
No,
we are just
let's
going to
not do
bring
a
him
thing.
on right away.
No, I have a good story though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. Because I know that our fans are concerned with my perimenopausal symptoms.
Oh, so I am on the reg.
Okay,
actually.
so I was all set up to go have blood taken. We were going to start to figure this shit out, right?
Uh-huh.
So I made
Because you've been telling me you've been suffering from severe brain fog.
Severe brain fog.
Yeah.
So okay, so the brain we're gonna nip this shit in the bud. So I have this appointment. I told my boss I was going, the whole thing. I was so good about it, and I walk up to the lab,
Adulting.
about to have blood taken to figure out why I'm having such horrible brain fog, and I realized I hadn't fasted. The brain fog was so bad
That you forgot to do what they
and it's
told
like,
you to do?
I'm an adult. I've had blood taken before. I know you're supposed to fast. Like it's not like, oh, this is a new strange thing.
And they in fact told you before your appointment you had
And
to
I
fast.
walked in anyway and I was like, I was supposed to fast, but I didn't. He was like, so come back another time. I'm like, all right, that's when we'll figure out my brain fog.
Oh.
Anyway, that's my story.
That's unfortunate. I'm sorry that it's affecting your life. I'm glad
I can't remember shit.
Yeah, I know. It's hard. Words
It's
are
real. I
hard.
can't remember to fast.
Dude.
I can't remember people's names. I mean, I've never been good at names, but it's gotten real bad. Anyway.
I hope we figure this out together.
I hope. Yeah, me too.
On a different note, This is the last episode of season 4.
That's really exciting.
Yeah, man. Remember when we did the first episode? Didn't know what the fuck we were doing?
didn't.
Do we? I don't even. Sometimes I still don't know. What, anyway,
I don't know what
talking
I'm
into
doing
mics.
right now.
You're here.
I'm here.
We're doing this, and our guest.
I remember your name, and I remember our guest's name.
I'm really excited about our guest.
Me too.
Because he's one of your oldest friends.
One of my oldest and bestest and favorite friends.
Oh my gosh. And because of you, I have also known him for a very long time. He is the CEO and owner of Susan Gage Caterers, based in Washington, D.C., and Maryland, technically. That was formed in 1986. He is a former military officer. He has an MBA. I mean, he brought the company to up over 25 mil in annual sales. This man knows
A lot of mills.
leadership.
He does.
Leadership, Judith. So yeah, welcome, Chappall Gage.
Well, thank you. Wow, I feel I need more of those in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Intros.
Just some
I
hype
just need an
girls.
intro person just to come in and just pump me up before everything. That's great. So,
Dude.
all those things I think technically true. I don't. It's hard for me to hear
they
them, but
sound true.
great. So yes.
Yeah.
So
Chappall Gage, welcome.
thank you. Happy to be here.
So let's just talk Susan Gage Caterers for a
Sure.
moment. One of Judith's first jobs.
Yep.
My absolute first job. I was
Okay.
13 and I was co-check.
Yeah.
And I think it was at one of the
It was Kochek was the best.
no, it was the best
Kochek was
co-check.
the best. One of my
Kind of
basically my first job too.
Yeah.
So with
Because
the
it was
company.
and it was definitely illegal
Yeah.
for us to be doing it.
Illegal-ish.
Illegal-ish?
Illegal-ish.
I mean, it wasn't
It
the
was
dark
the 80s.
ages.
You could do whatever you wanted. It was
It's very true.
child labor laws were so much more.
Flexible.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Open-minded. Let's
Right?
say.
Yeah.
So your mom starts this catering company in 1986 that just grows like crazy to now 2026. I don't do math, but that's a lot of years.
A lot of years.
This will be 40 years in September, actually.
Okay, so you grew up in this, but you did your own thing for a while,
did.
going into the military. You got your business degree. Did you always kind of know that you were going to end up running the company?
People ask me that a lot. And the thing they don't realize, though, is, there was never a moment of just massive growth. It was all a very gradual thing, and that's been intentional. But, people ask me, oh, did you always know you'd be running this company? I'm like, my mom's stupid little thing. She did her out of our garage.
You started with little taco cups, right?
We started at
Walking
swim meets.
Yeah.
Swim meets. She started doing, she started basically handling the concessions of the swim team and our little
So do you
pool.
still feel like it's this
It's-
little family business?
I mean, obviously not, but it's just weird work. I've been full-time over 25 years now since coming back from the military. And, I'm like, oh, this person just started here. And they're like, I've been here 15 years.
Yeah.
It's and so you kind of lose perspective on just how long it's been and how well we've done, and it's just such a great company. You lose perspective of how big we are, but you obviously have to.
Even if you're at the White House or
350 employees now. It's incredible.
Yeah, and you do cater for like dignitaries and ambassadors and politicians and the White House and all of that. This is not a little thing, people. This is 32,000 square feet.
55.
Oh, okay. 55.
That was the old
The
space.
internet was wrong. This is the new space. You guys have like your own like floral wing and
I just started a new floral business, separately
linens?
branded actually, called Paper White. Because I don't want you to feel you have to hire Susan Gage to use the floral company. So the floral company's branded separately. So, but it's still under one roof.
But I mean, everything else, linens, chairs, like you don't have
make
to do
your own
separate
linens,
rentals.
We have welders and carpenters, and
That's
the
crazy.
amount of.
Do you have glass blowers?
We're working on that.
Oh.
but it's amazing. It's amazing how people come out and they're like expecting this mom and pop garage, and
Well, I remember in the old space was about two, like a minute.
When we opened it with 3,000 square feet, we moved from my mom's garage, or my garage,
Right.
which is my bike,
to like my
to
parents'
3,000
garage,
square
essentially.
feet, and to.
But I remember it was one space in that little
the first warehouse bay.
The little but then you took over the space next door, and then the space next door, and then the space downstairs, and until you had the whole complex.
Yeah, exactly.
And now you are.
And now we designed a new space in Hyattsville, which is whatever. It's a great little town outside of Maryland, outside of DC in Maryland. But we were able to kind of build the facility we've always been meant to have. So it just makes a lot more sense. It's so much more efficient, and it's really.
And you can store more shit.
You store more shit.
Like
a lot more.
store
shit.
all the chairs and all the tables.
We have a
and
couple
all the,
thousand chairs
Yeah.
and hundreds of tablecloths and chairs and glasses and silverware and all this stuff. So
so
decor.
That people have amazing, perfect weddings.
and we've never
cetera, and
advertised in 40 years.
That's also
So never a lick of advertising. It's all word of mouth. So it's just
That's crazy.
it's crazy.
But you guys are also really known for your sustainable and your green practices. You partner with local farms.
We do.
You maintain an herb and vegetable garden.
We do.
I mean, that's going above and beyond just being a catering
Well,
company.
it's more stuff that I'm really interested in myself, and so it's just.
I want to do it. So
Yeah.
we're
It
gonna
probably
do it.
probably doesn't make any sense, but I like doing it. So, but
It sounds cool.
it sounds cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I
But
absolutely.
I think we have to be stewards for our kids, and as cheesy as that sounds, I think it's important. So
You're going above and beyond what most catering companies do.
Yeah.
So, shout out
Thank
Susan
you.
Gage.
Thank you.
Yeah. How does your military background inform running a catering company?
You mentioned earlier that I have an MBA, which I do, which was great. It was, enlightening. I learned so much more in the military than I ever learned
About
from-
being a leader? Or
about being a leader
business?
and experience working with people and how to motivate people. And I think we're going to talk about this later, a little foreshadowing.
Yeah.
But learning how to work with people and motivate them to do things. And my MBA was great. I got really good at Excel, which is a great skill to have.
It really is.
I still have no idea how to use it.
You don't.
Well,
but now you have AI. You don't
now
even
you
need
have
it.
AI and you ask AI to
But
do
it was
it.
useful for
Yeah.
So that was great. But the military really, and I don't. We can do a couple more episodes on this if you'd like, but I can talk about how I reorganized our team into basically more of a military style leadership structure. And the quick version of that is the reason the military is broken up in certain ways is that there's this philosophy that no person can manage more than 3 or 4 things at the same time.
Okay.
And so the military is broken up into units of 3 or 4. And so you have, a soldier, which is the ultimate unit, and then you have a team, which is 3 or 4 soldiers. Then you have a squad, which is 3 or 4 teams, and then a platoon, and then a company, and then it goes ad infinitum. But the idea is, how do you break things down into manageable bites? And that's the military. And so I basically did that with the catering company that allowed us to, 1, really manage people better. And 2, that allowed us to better personalize service.
That makes so much
like
sense.
it's been transformative. And a lot of the things I created are now industry standard, especially in DC. I don't know about outside of DC.
Well,
but-
holler.
so yeah, I know.
Yeah. Keep continuing to,
Innovate.
exactly. So on that note, this is an episode that is an I don't fuck with that episode. We're going to recap a lot of the I don't fucks with
I
that.
don't fucks with that.
All right. But first, we would be remiss if we didn't bring up kind of the biggest news that's been going on in the industry since around March 10th or 11th, somewhere in there. Today is March 22nd. So the news has been around for a little bit now. But unless you live under a rock or, you're maybe my parents who don't read all the stuff going on in the food world, there is a situation currently happening. A restaurant called NOMA out of Copenhagen that has several times been world's best restaurant. A bunch of abuse allegations have recently come to light. Now, look, we all have been hearing about this for years. I think it was maybe 8 to 10 years ago that it all came up the first time. And the chef and owner, Rene Redzepi, came out and admitted that some things had happened and that he was going to change. Now, not many people spoke out, and we're learning now why. And it's because apparently when you signed on to work at NOMA, you had to sign a form that basically said if you left early or didn't finish your stage, and we'll talk about what a stage is, that you would get blacklisted. There could be possible threats of deportation, that you wouldn't be able to get another job. So you would go to this job unpaid for most people, feel lucky to have the job because
it's the world's best restaurant.
Right. And then if you got verbally or physically abused, fear for your life that you could perhaps never work again. So there's all these things happening. There's so many arms and legs to this whole thing going on. So we know that there have been at least 36 people that have come forward now acknowledging their tales of or their times of abuse. And this is not just verbal. This is physical. People have been punched in the ribs. People have been grabbed by the throat. People have been punched repeatedly. People have been stabbed with forks. Like, it goes on and on and on. This is a lunatic person. Beyond that, there's the whole stage system, which is basically people go to work for free to learn a skill, essentially an internship, right? But this kind of goes beyond that because his entire restaurant structure was built on the backs of unpaid labor. This isn't like 1 or 2 interns. This is like 30 people, 40 people in a kitchen that are working unpaid. So we've got that part. Building your empire that you are making millions of dollars off of while other people work for free and consider it a privilege.
Can I interrupt for just
Please
a second?
do.
And ask
I'll just keep going.
No, I want to ask a question because I feel like, and I haven't gone back to look for it, I feel like, I don't know, a handful of years ago, NOMA was in the news for making a better pay structure or making a better health benefits or something.
Yes,
like
they have in the last, I think.
And it was like
3
news.
years.
They like were paying very well, but not.
And you're talking about the stick. There is a carrot. Because let's not forget that if you do make it through a stage and there is value, there's a ton of value there. So let's not pretend that there's not.
Right.
There is value.
Because if you make it through and if you get through and you have that on your resume, you're set.
And this isn't just a NOMA thing. This is a industry-wide thing.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and it's unfortunate creating the carrot and the stick to suffer through the abuse, just because there is value in suffering through the abuse and value for your career, not necessarily for your state of mind.
Right.
But,
well, I guess one of the reasons why this all came to light is because NOMA decided that having a restaurant was not sustainable. It wasn't, quote unquote, making money, which there have been reports of a bank account that has millions of dollars and that everyone on the board and it was making money. It was just the people at the top essentially making money. But there was
Which, to be fair, is capitalism.
Is capitalism and is very much how this country runs. That all happened in Copenhagen. So, but there was a $1,500 pop-up. So he has closed the restaurant.
How much was it? Because there was a pop-up in Tokyo, right?
I don't recall the price of that.
Or Kyoto or something.
Yes.
I mean, was it
there during it?
And a dinner at NOMA in Copenhagen was half of that?
Probably.
Okay, so these pop-ups, he closed the restaurant?
Closed the restaurant. It does not function as a restaurant currently.
Okay, so it was just the pop-ups.
And
the one in LA is $15 a person.
$1,500. Yes, it's a 4-month pop-up.
And he moved people from Copenhagen and their families.
Yes. So a lot of people in LA are now taking issue with this. It's like, how dare you come into our place? You're not hiring locally. You're not getting proper permits. You're not documenting your workers. He's skirting the law because of who he is. So a lot of people in Los Angeles are very unhappy that because Rene Redzepi is a man in power, world's 50 best, Michelin, all of that, that sort of the rules don't apply to him. You know, he's basically operating an illegal restaurant, selling alcohol, and then setting up a whole shop and all of this stuff. So anyway, like I said, there are so many different things that extend from all of this, not just the abuse, not just the physical and verbal, not just the unpaid labor, but like the way the whole system props up a man that is apparently the best. And I think that's like the biggest question, right? Like, why does this system, like Michelin and World's 50 Best, et cetera, exist to allow men to thrive and prosper, that there have been whispers and now proof of abuse for so long? It's just absolutely mind-blowing.
Answer for all men, Chappall. Do it right now.
I mean, that's a rhetorical question. We all know why. I mean, like it's.
I have a solution, by the way.
Tell us.
Because also in the last week, I don't know if you read about Cesar Chavez, an incredibly important figure to the labor, probably one of the most important people to the labor movement in the United States, the United Farm Workers. I mean, in my family particularly, my parents talk about the times that they met him, that they walked on picket lines with him like they walked with Jesus. Like, this man was so important. And it turns out that he was
abusing and raping women.
and not just a woman. He was raping his organizing partner, Dolores Huerta. She didn't say anything because she didn't want to harm the movement. So I think the solution is we don't put men in charge of anything. So the next time,
Sorry, Chuck, you're fired.
Stick with me, so that the next time we learn about something like this, because we're going to learn about more things.
Oh, absolutely. So much more is
Dolores
gonna come
Huerta
out.
kept her mouth shut for 60 years. We are going to learn more about horrible men that we thought were great men, quote unquote. So we can say, well, this is horrible. Let's put to rights this particular thing. But we know that we fixed the problem universally because men aren't in charge of anything anymore.
Great. I love that solution.
Okay?
So let's
I'm glad that we fixed
It's
it.
hard to argue with right now,
it really
given the
is.
preponderance of evidence that I've been faced with. So I'm just.
I mean, you're just going to have to
stay
take
neutral
one
on
for the
that
team.
for the time being. So you know, it's unfortunate that the problem is that we've all seen this. If you've been in the restaurant industry for a minute, you know someone's done this. You know someone who's suffered from it.
Yes.
And I've seen it, and I've seen the rise and the fall of this sort of thing.
Because I thought we dealt with this like 10 years ago. Like, we weren't going to scream at people anymore.
The problem is we still glorify both the celebrity badass bad boy chef, and we still there's this, and you're seeing it right now politically, that there's this culture of being a unrestrained male is a good thing. Being like, the problem is we've been hamstrung as men, which is ridiculous on its face. But you see who's investing in these restaurants? It's rich white men, and they're investing in these restaurants. And who do they want to be around? They want to be around the cool chef who's, a badass and all this other stuff. That I say that in air quotes. And it's unfortunate that it's we're not as a society still celebrating the right people.
As humans want a person to look to deify, right? So we can't just say NOMA is great. We have to pick the person.
This is kind of embarrassing. But we were at lunch before this, we're recording, and my girlfriend's like, well, who should we be celebrating? And I'm just like examples of chefs that do have Socratic leadership styles and are doing it right. And I'm like, oh, I mean, I'm sure I can come up with a couple, but
maybe we're not supposed. We don't know their names because we're not supposed to know their names.
Yeah, which because they're not putting themselves out there as the paragon of excellence. Because they're just celebrating their staff or celebrating their I think of Danny Meyer as someone who historically is, I think, been a pretty good example of that. But I'm scared to say anybody anymore because it feels like all our titans are being taken down.
To take a little bit of a left turn, you told me a story last night that I found really interesting about the school that Danny Meyer has and what you learned about catering. Can you just tell?
That's self-gratifying. So basically,
but I love it. It's so good.
No, I loved his book, and I was telling Judith that when I read his book, Setting the Table, 20 plus years ago, I was so inspired that I came to New York and ate at all his restaurants over one weekend, just because I was just wanted to touch the magic. But he has a leadership school for restaurants, or like so I have a president that runs the day-to-day of my company, who's just the most amazing man you've ever met. And he came up here and he was asking about their catering company, and they said, "Oh, we actually sold the catering company. It was too hard." So I'm like,
it is really fucking hard.
Really hard.
But to hear
to hear even
Danny Meyer's
Danny Meyer's
leadership school
even was like, yeah, no, we're good.
We ain't doing
we'll pass
that.
on catering. So
Anyway, sorry. I thought
Well, no, let's talk about leadership, because there was a guy who has spearheaded a lot of this. He's being discredited, and a lot of people are coming at me saying, well, now it's over. And it's like, why? Just because this particular person, Jason Ignacio White, who has been spearheading all of this and did work at NOMA, and maybe he is also guilty of some of the same things, and people are now trying to discredit him. It's like, okay, we're not saying that just because maybe he got a story wrong, that we can't now discredit all these other people.
Some people are saying that Huerta can't remember because she's too old.
Yeah, it's just kind of a moot point. It's like everybody always wants to shoot the messenger. This man is putting himself out on a limb. Whether he was, ignorant to people and verbally abused people, kind of neither here nor there, because now he's using his platform to make change, which Renee Redzepi could also be doing, but he is not really. And let's talk about leadership in the military, because I've had a lot of chefs come at me and say, you don't understand pressure in a fine dining kitchen. The only way to get results is to yell at people.
So I was an investor in a multi-course tasting menu in DC, and and probably was not a good investment. Actually, it was not a good investment. As a fact, it was not a good investment. But I still remember sitting down with one of the sous chefs, and I was talking about and it was a very machismo screaming restaurant. And I was telling him how I don't allow screaming. No one's allowed to yell in my company. And catering is known for its yelling.
And the military, I assume, is also known for its yelling.
I don't think that's necessarily true.
Okay.
Like, good leadership is good leadership, whether you're in the military or not.
I love that.
And I was explaining to this guy that we don't allow yelling. And he literally looked at me like, well, how does anyone know what to do? And it's like, well, and I don't know if I'll, please help me get this thought across, but the only thing yelling does is, to the receiver of the yelling, is, how do I get this person to stop yelling at me?
Stop yelling at me.
And sometimes that might be by doing the thing that you're yelling at them to do. But oftentimes, as we all know, communication is difficult. Oftentimes they just do something else. And so you're misaligning what you want, what your company's supposed to be trying to accomplish. Because that person's going to say
what you want to hear, walking away, not learning anything.
And not learning anything.
Right.
And so it's a lot harder.
Because who wants to learn something?
My definition of leadership is, how do you get someone to want to do what you want them to do?
Exactly.
And it's a much harder thing to do. It takes time.
I'll give you $100 if you stop doing that thing.
But it takes communication. It takes time. Well, I mean, you have to run a business at the same time. So just throwing out cash might not be, but it's it's much longer process to build that trust, to communicate.
Yes.
But over time, that is a much more successful strategy than just screaming at people, because half the time they're going to quit. Half the time they're going to do something totally different than you wanted to, just to keep them, to protect themselves. And so, and I learned that in the military. I learned that screaming doesn't work. Like, I was in the Army. I did some harder stuff in the military. And I still remember yelling at someone. I'm like, why am I yelling? I'm not angry.
Yeah.
Like, this is not accomplished. I'm yelling because I feel like I have to.
Right.
And back to the sous chef that I was speaking to in this restaurant, he was yelling because that's what he learned. These people that are working at NOMA went, the best chef in the world is abusive. If I want to be the best chef in the world, I need to be abusive.
Right.
And by the way, and I'm also have PTSD from the experience, so I'm also working out my trauma on my next restaurant.
Right. And everybody knows that trauma survivors then tend to also traumatize other people.
So it's getting passed through the industry, and it's celebrated that this guy's guy's a hard ass, and you're gonna go there. It's like boot camp, but you're gonna learn, and you're gonna
it's gonna be hard, but you're gonna come out a better guy.
It's unfortunate. I just don't believe we should accept that as an industry, that's okay. And and there's all these great leaders that aren't getting that attention, because and that's why we need more women chefs. I mean, like that don't do as well in those environments, but we have like this woman like Amy Brandywine in DC, who's this tremendous chef, but they don't get the attention because they're not screaming at people, and not what male investors want to invest in.
It is absolutely insane to me that there are chefs coming to me thinking that the only way to be great is to get screamed at.
Yeah.
Screaming instills fear. You're not motivated or want to be the best because of fear.
Yeah,
You know?
and also think about what happens to a server that's getting torched in the back because they come back with a complaint or something like that. How are they going to come back and treat the staff? Like my feeling is, I don't want to yell at my staff because I don't want my managers yelling at their people, and then they're going out to face my clients.
Right.
And going home and kicking their dog.
It's just but if you treat people well, they're going to treat other people well. Shit rolls downhill. So.
And it is absolutely insane that there's still people saying, but he's a genius, so let's give him a pass. He's a genius. Okay, yes, he may have changed the landscape of food, but again, there are so many beautiful, respectful, and strong, positive ways to be a leader. Let's inspire people instead of tearing them down with fear and actual physical abuse. So, I mean...
And it's hard, but it can be done, so...
Right, but like you said, it takes a lot more time to
lot
build
more
that
time.
structure.
Communicating is hard in anything.
One of the things I'm most proud about with our company is how long people stay with us, though. And we have three generation families working for us, like that, the grandparents and then their kids and then the next generation, and it's and the value of having that institutional memory of. For instance, when we cater an event, we're very specific about the staff we send that event. We're all off-premise caterers. And so we have, staff working for us that have been going to the same homes for 30 years.
That's amazing.
And so that every time we cater at their house and now their kids' houses, it's the same people. And the relationships you build. And that wouldn't happen if I'm screaming at them all the time and being abusive. Because you can only do that for so long. It's like...
You're going to run through people.
Restaurants and catering are hard enough. Let's not make it
just
hard.
Ask Danny Meyer.
Exactly. Just ask Danny Meyer. Thank you.
All right. Well, on that note, I mean, hopefully the industry, this is kind of like their Me Too movement or moment. And hopefully...
I thought we already did it, though.
Hopefully some chefs are scared shitless right now. Because you know what? Shit's going to start coming out.
I feel better that it feels like everyone's being abused. It's kind of like equal opportunity. So it's not just women. It's now they've broadened the abuse to everybody. So there has been growth, I guess. It's just not...
Way to walk on the sunny side of the street, chap.
So...
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
It was not racially biased. It was not sexually biased.
It was
just straight up abuse to everybody. So,
yeah. You know what? That's you're such a Pollyanna.
Or maybe people just forget and this shit continues.
Yeah, people are going to
Because then people will just be like, oh, but he's a genius. It is funny to me, all the chefs that I know that I see hearting Renee's comments and just like still sticking on his side. And it's like, take a stand, grow a pair, like be a man that stands for something.
Well, I think the most unfortunate
Instead
thing
of kissing
that
ass.
this I think that was the Momofuku article that like 10 years ago.
Right.
So there hasn't been growth.
Right.
No.
It's one that I think everyone deserves the opportunity to find themselves and correct their behavior, and it seems like it just didn't happen. It was all just kind of pretending it's of course I'll do better.
I'm sorry. I'll do better.
David Chang.
Thank you.
David Chang's is Lucky Peach. Lucky
Peach. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm doing the work. I'm listening, and then
which everyone should have the opportunity to do.
Sure. And I'm not for cancel culture. And Renee is saying that I've changed the systems, and I'm doing this, and I'm being a better human, and I don't treat people that way anymore. And I think my biggest thing is, well, then show us. Start affecting change in the industry yourself. You are saying you're a different person. Start leading. Start taking us into this new place. Like, you're the one with the platform. You can do it. Why aren't you? Yeah. It just seems like
because it's hard and it's expensive.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
anyway.
And that's true, and that's a real thing.
You're one of the most fun people I know, and we've been really railing on some shit today.
I know, and we only have like 25 minutes left to get through a bunch of these things, and we're not gonna. So let's just start.
I tell you what I don't fuck with. Toxic masculinity in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Boom. I'm out. Like
somebody said to me today, those are buzzwords, Lala, and I was like, those are real things, friend. Anyway,
buddy.
Yeah, guy. Toxic masculinity. Agreed. Let's start this segment or the rest of this podcast off with our friend Dave, who is a supporter of the pod, a friend of the pod, the creator of the Taste Buds. Mm-hmm. We went out to Leon's with him the other night, and he wanted his I Don't Fuck With That to be known. And it was thus. when you spend a lot of money to go out to these very expensive cocktail bars, such as Clemente Bar, he mentioned a few others, and they don't have a solid bar stool with a back that is comfortable. He's like, I don't fuck with that.
How many cool ass bars have you been to and you're like sitting on the floor or like on a really uncomfortable stool? And man, that's true.
Right, you're having a $40
My core
cocktail.
strength is not good enough to sit on shitty stools for 2 hours.
David D'Angelo, we hear you,
Yeah.
we see you, and we agree with you.
Chop had a good bar. I don't fuck with that last night, right?
Yeah.
Oh, what happened?
So this actually comes from the last time you and I went out to dinner when I was here.
Yeah.
So I don't fuck with cocktail menus where I have no idea what's going on.
Unrecognizable. There isn't one word.
I want to look at least 2/3 of the drinks and know it's a riff on blank.
Right.
Because there's really only, what, 5, 6 cocktails out there?
Yeah.
But
And we went out and looked at the menu, and there's no assist on this. And it was just like, like blueberry vodka with ancho chili and some kind of foam. And I'm like, what? And you're just ordering in the wind, and then you order it, and it comes out in like a boat with like a sail made of pineapple leaf. And
sometimes you feel like you're just tossing caution to the wind. You're like, I don't know what this is going to be, but
no. And I want to know. Oh, this is your Manhattan. This is your martini. This is your Negroni. This is your blank.
This is
and
like
you can have
thing.
a couple on there that are like, okay, this is going to be some wild shit. But I want generally to be able to look at the menu and go, I know what I'm getting here.
So you think bartenders are just getting a little crazy for the sake of being
They're a little high on
crazy?
their own supply. Yeah. It needs to be dial it back a little bit.
Yeah. Ben Hopkins had a lot to say about that. There has to be intention and tone.
And if you go to one of these fancy cocktail bars and the guy's in your face, like, what can I make for you? It's going to be wild. But asking you what you like and communicating through the experience.
That's fun because you're going to get something you didn't know that you were.
Not when you're just looking at the menu and it's like
you're pointing. You're pointing
at
it.
Yeah. So
because you can't actually read it. It's in a different language. It's in cocktail language, not in English.
Exactly.
Yeah. Damn.
So, yeah.
So a friend of mine at work, Brian, had a good. I don't fuck with that.
Okay, let's hear Brian.
Non-pizza food at a pizza place. You know when you go into like the dollar slice, I mean, I know dollar slices don't, you go into the $3 slice place and they've got like hamburgers.
Okay, yeah.
Like, first of all, who orders that hamburger? Second of all, it's not going to be good. Just make pizza.
That reminds me of the Universal Asian places that make no sense at all.
Right.
Oh, right.
It's like, it's got Thai and sushi and like, it's like the whole idea of going
and pasta.
It's like going to an Italian place, but they're just European, and then they have like a bratwurst.
Yeah, it's
like
it's
as terrible as that would be, but
because you're like, how long have not all of these things can be ordered all the time. So how long has this meat been sitting back here? Because I'm sure you've got 100 items. Like, what's going on? How are you keeping all this stuff fresh? Yeah, I don't fuck with a menu that is like that.
All over the place.
It makes absolutely no sense.
Thanks, Brian. I'm not ordering the burger at the pizza place.
Well, now I'm intrigued.
Maybe we could do a whole pod,
like
a whole episode where we go and we get the weird shit.
Look, tell me what nobody orders.
There's some chef back there who's like, please, I make the best burger. Give me a shot.
Right.
And they're like, sure. And then like, Dave's like, yeah, screw that guy.
You're like, this is a Chinese restaurant, Dave. Stop trying to make your burger work.
But maybe it's the best
Maybe it's the best burger, and this poor guy just never got a shot.
Well, now I feel bad.
Right?
Brian.
Dave.
Dave's not here, man. Dave? Sorry. It's not funny.
Oh my God. Well, I mean, at this point, like maybe we should just save these. I don't fuck with that.
Okay.
Maybe we should talk to you about the food dining scene in DC instead.
It's the dining scene in DC is pretty good. You've been to Two Amy's before? Okay, so Two Amy's is one of the oldest and most renowned pizza places in DC.
Okay.
But ironically, their non-pizza food's incredible.
Like what?
And so I'm like, one little like,
food?
no, they have like, they almost do like an Italian mezza. And it's just like, little fishies. They have a whole little part of the menu, little fishies, where they have all these different anchovies and sardines. And then they make like all the aspic, like rabbit aspic stuff. And like, it's just incredible. And it's one of my little secret food things in DC that don't go there for the pizza, go there for everything else they do. It's just incredible.
I love that.
And so, but there's so much good food in DC.
So you work in food.
I work in food.
How often do you eat out?
couple times when when I don't have my kids, a couple times a week.
Okay.
You know, and it's weird getting older. And this is probably maybe changing the subject a little bit, but I found post-pandemic, my interest in new food is gone way down.
Oh, really?
And
You just
maybe
want
not new
comfort
food.
classics?
Comfort experiences.
Okay.
You know, I love what your last guest had to say about the three things that make a restaurant really successful. It's like atmosphere, location, and the vibe, or whatever else.
That was Nick
Yeah.
Ander from Leon's and Anton's.
But you know, when I go out, I just want a pleasant experience.
You don't want to be challenged.
I don't want to be challenged.
You don't need to challenge
You know,
the
I don't
dining
want to. You know,
experience.
like things I don't fuck with. These precious little bites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so over precious. Like I don't want to think that much about one bite of food.
Unless it's an hors d'oeuvre
but
at a
just-
catered event, because that's the best part.
Mini burgers. And so to go to a place that I know the staff's going to be incredible. I probably know someone well enough there that I'll get a little FaceTime. You know, I know the drink that I love. I know, you know, I'll vary the order a little bit, and I just find that is such a better experience for me as of late. And it's so unfortunate because there's so many great new restaurants in DC that when I do go to them, my mind is blown. But you know,
You're less likely to seek it
I'm doing
out.
that a lot less than I did pre-pandemic.
I mean, I think this is maybe it is just us getting older, but I do absolutely agree with you. It's not just about the food anymore. I think it's how you feel when you leave.
Yeah.
And the whole experience. And we've had the best food ever, but there have been times where we've been like, great meal, but would we go back?
Yeah.
You know? So I absolutely understand coming from there. It's like sometimes you just
And now we wasted one of our precious meals, our precious time, our precious dollars, and we're never going to get it back.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and I just want to have a lovely experience. I don't want to go out to dinner and feel the stress of the staff.
Yeah.
I don't want to be greeted stressfully because the hosts are stressed because the kitchen's backed up and people, you know, like I don't put that on me.
Stressed by a cocktail menu that makes no sense.
There
Right?
you go.
Or even looking at a menu and it's like,
Right, like-
I just, and you feel like, oh, I ordered wrong. It's like, oh no, it's so, you know, and that's on me because it's when it does go well, it's so great. When you find a new place and you're like, this is just incredible.
Yeah, guess what? You guys,
Oh
I went to
my
the best food
God,
place.
you're not going to believe how great
yeah.
this
Yeah, we love
was.
that.
But I guess it's just, and I'm kind of sad about it. But my appetite for risk is
Going down, it's going way down.
It's going way down. And just because I think I value that time out so much more than I used to. You know,
Agreed.
it's like,
So shout out a few of your staples, your classics, your comfort places in DC.
you know, the best places to eat in DC right now are not in DC. It's all the you know, Korean food, the Vietnamese food, there's so much great ethnic food.
Like where are
outside
those?
DC.
Like
They're not in
the
DC.
west,
It's
the west
like
of the Beltway, right?
north. So if you go to Rockville,
Okay,
there's an
okay.
incredible, like, we've been getting hot pot a lot lately, which my kids are just like, my kids love it. I love it. It's
Well, because it's interactive.
It's interactive. It's interactive for them.
Yeah, they get to
But the
put
food is so great. You know, the Korean barbecue is incredible, and outside of DC, you know, the Eden Center with this, you know, huge Vietnamese communities, huge Korean communities, huge Ethiopian communities, and the food is really not to be slept on.
I feel like DC has always had strong Ethiopian food for as long as I can remember.
It's you know, Adams Morgan and that
Yeah.
whole area. But boy, the ethnic food is so good.
There's so many very specific.
And it's affordable and it's great and the people are wonderful and it's so, you know, it's, you know, DC is, it's just, you know, if you ever need a steak, it's the place to go. There's, you know, 87 steakhouses and
you don't have to talk to us about steak.
yeah, we don't love steak.
So, you know, and yeah, there's great examples of that. But if you really want like the great food, it's I think a lot of the ethnic food outside of the city. And then there's some, you know, what are some great food I've had recently?
I was going to say, any places that have opened recently that you were excited about or you did really enjoy?
There is a great place I just went to that I'm blocking on, which is unfortunate for them. 'cause
You
I'd
can
love
tell
to
us
share
later
it.
and
I'll
we'll
tell you
Do
later.
you know
So,
the name?
hey, Gene, where did we go recently? We love so much.
Maison
Yeah, Maison. Oh, thank you.
Thanks.
Yes, Maison Bar de
Gene.
Vins, which I don't understand the name because in French it just means house
Yeah.
bar of wines. But it's so good. I think they just got named, and it's in Adams Morgan of all places, like not where you expect fine dining in DC.
Yeah. You expect
and they have
the slices as big as your head.
and they have another restaurant called Lutece, which is just amazing. And it's a very New York feel to me. Both restaurants are super small. the Maison is designed to be open late. It's got a great bar, and then
late for DC.
Late for DC. But I mean, like the reason we went there was because everyone else was closed, and they said, "Oh, well, this place is staying open late," and it was just one of these restaurants where I'm like, "Oh my god!" Like they had the best martini I've had in a long time. It was just
I love a good martini.
killer.
Yeah.
So there is some great new food.
We had like
and that was a night where I'm like, thank God we tried something new.
I love that.
So
Yeah.
We had like 8 of the olive oil martinis last night at Leon's.
Oh God, they're
just because I heard you're supposed to have more olive oil in your diet.
Yeah,
So,
it's good for you.
and they only put 3 drops
And they
in, so
kept
we had to have 8 to
Right.
really get the
It was
effects.
like a sea of olive oil martinis on the table. It was so good.
So when you come to New York, you went to Balthazar for lunch, which again, classic. You know what you're gonna get when you go there. What other places do you get excited about, or are there any spots that you're?
I mean, this is me being, I love Buvette.
You can tell the corner store story.
Like-
My God.
Tell the corner store story.
Oh, so last time I came here, I went to the corner store.
Yeah.
And I just
Without
showed up.
a reservation.
So I showed up, and the guy at the door is like, reservation? I'm like, nope. He's like, kind of taking it
He's
back.
like, sir, take a look at this line.
And I said, well, I'm here to help you. And he basically kind of went, okay, I'm intrigued. And I said, well, I'm sure someone's not going to show up tonight. And I'd hate that for happening for you guys, 'cause I know what a big deal you guys are.
Okay.
So I just want to let you know that I'm here to fill those spots for you.
Were you solo?
I had a friend with me.
Okay.
So instead of laughing in your face, this guy was like, all right,
oh.
buddy.
And they sat us immediately. And
Are you joking?
No, it was great. So
Sorry, corner store. Your spot was just
Wait,
floored up.
what time was
it was
this?
like 6:30.
Okay.
On what day of the week?
Like it was a weekend. It was like a Saturday.
Bar
So-
seats, or they gave you a table?
bar seats.
Okay.
So,
Wow.
it was spectacular. It was so great. They were wonderful.
And how did you think the food was? The pizza rolls, and it's basically
It was
TGI Fridays.
It
but
was I love the camp of it.
Okay.
Like, they're just like, you know what?
They pulled it
We're
off.
gonna have the oysters and a French dip and pizza bites. And I just love how much fun they clearly just had fun. What would be good? Let's not put ourselves in a corner of this is going to be what we have to, like, this is what a fine dining restaurant does. They want, what do we want to make? We want a sour
Pizza
cream and
rolls.
onion
Yeah, let's be
martini.
fun about it.
Let's put pizza rolls on the menu. Let's put like a French dip on the menu right next to the steak and right next to the hamachi or the, whatever it
Crudo.
is. Yeah. And it's like, why can't we do that? And I just love, I think that one of the reasons they're so
took a
successful
swing and
is they're just like,
Swing and a hit.
they're not so serious about what something has to be and what do we want to do.
right.
And I think that's, I wish more chefs did that. And like, just, why not?
For those of you at home who do not know what corner store is, and I feel like I'm only speaking to my parents, but I want to clue you guys in. It's one of the hardest reservations in New York. It's from the Catch Group, and it's hard to get in, not necessarily because of the food being fantastic, but because it is a celebrity hotspot, and
It's got
Taylor
buzz.
Swift has been seen
Just,
there.
I'm
It has a
kind
ton of
of
buzz.
a big deal.
Yes, and now Chappall Gage has been seen just walking in the door.
So again, you're talking about a menu that doesn't take itself too seriously. They do what they do well. You walked in, it was fun. There was no pretension. You felt
Chap,
good when
you would love
left.
sip and guzzle.
Yes, you would.
Let's check it out. We'll check it out.
Yeah.
A great cocktail bar that doesn't take
That,
themselves
yeah,
too
like
seriously.
sort of does fun little shit.
Yeah.
I think you'd
But
like-
I just love the idea of sitting around and going, what'd be really great? A sour cream and onion martini. And like,
fuck
yeah,
yeah.
let's make that happen.
Corner store has
yes,
one,
and it's
correct?
so
Yes.
good. It's
Yeah.
like, but like, and just more. People have fun like that. And not
Fun,
like-
Irreverent.
that actually work, and not just like, let's do this dumb thing for the sake of it being
Exactly.
dumb, and then it's
and it's
not
clearly
good.
it's not for the gram. It's not for the. It's clearly just because they thought it'd be good and they did it. And the staff was incredible. They were really accessible and friendly and non like a it's we made friends with everyone at the bar. It was great. It was
That makes me want to actually go there now because I've had zero.
and apparently
desire.
you can just walk in the door.
Right, I'll just use your same line.
It's definitely my charm, not my looks. But it worked. So
All right.
We've got like, I don't know, 7-10 minutes left. I'm probably going to cut this little thing out, but is there anything else you want to touch on before we go through like a quick round with you?
no, let's do it. I wish I
Any other New York restaurants that you're excited to go to or want to check out?
Nope. Unless it'll get me into a reservation tonight. No.
You didn't
So-
make any reservations?
No, not as yet, but I'll figure it out. I'll just go to corner store again.
I mean, look, the man can clearly just use his charm to get in anywhere. So who needs a res?
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we've got a whole list of places that we love that are great comfort standbys. So we'll get them to you. Anything else you don't fuck with?
God, no.
There's so much. Anything
There's so
else
much.
you want to shout out and give love to?
You guys,
Thank you.
happy to be here. So,
We love that you're a long-time listener.
Yeah.
Yep.
Been there since the beginning. Love that. I just beat my chest.
I'm so touched that you thought of me for your penultimate episode. It's like
I mean, you're
Ultimate.
here, baby. You're
ultimate,
here.
ultimate.
Yeah.
You're
exactly.
in town.
So,
We couldn't
It's
waste
kismet.
this
Exactly.
opportunity.
We needed
Yeah.
your expertise about getting into corner store. That's
Yeah,
really the only
seriously.
reason.
That's it. That's the takeaway from this.
Hey, it'd be amazing
episode.
if lightning struck twice. Speaking of that,
Yeah.
I was telling Gene about this yesterday. Guess how many times Martha Stewart's been hit by lightning?
Wait,
What?
this is a real
Oh
thing?
wait, his mom and Martha are like friends.
Okay,
No,
how?
no.
Let's
All right,
talk to
they've
Susan
met.
about getting Martha on the pod.
No, Martha, according to her, has been struck by lightning 3 times.
Shut up.
Out of here. I'm
Wait,
Googling
what is
this
the
right
what
now.
is the what are the things?
Facts.
Well,
Facts.
I'm asking.
How
the
many
computer.
times was that in jail?
And lightning was her cellmate.
How do you know this?
But I'm bummed.
Sorry, I'm not laughing. I'm too busy Googling.
Yeah.
Struck by
Struck by
lightning.
lightning. Martha Stewart.
Wow. She has stated on several occasions that she has been struck by lightning 3 times.
Okay, maybe she's confusing lightning with like when you
So what
like
is more important, me getting in the corner store or the Martha Stewart
yeah,
juice?
maybe
mean,
she
like,
misunderstands the concept of
Okay,
being-
wait. Let's just run through this real quick. The first strike was apparently approximately in 1970 while she was washing dishes in her Massachusetts cottage. Lightning hit metal piping outside and traveled through the plumbing and zapped her.
Okay.
Second strike, a bolt came through the skylight in her Westport, Connecticut home, traveled through the phone she was using, and zapped her. Third strike. This occurred while she was working in her garden, and then she was provided fewer specific details about this. She survived it without lasting injury.
that one's a little fuzzy.
I zapped
Zapped. Yeah.
zapped through the phone.
and through the dishwasher.
I mean,
More
when
than I've been zapped.
I mean, okay, we'll have to ask her to her face.
Yeah, we'll
with
have
me.
to get her. If anybody has an in, I mean, I know Yara did a pop up with her, so
Oh yeah.
let's get Martha.
just call Snoop. I'm sure he can.
Yeah.
Martha on
line it
the
up.
pod.
Be like, can you please tell it? This is a podcast about being struck by lightning.
Also,
That's
if
all we
could
want to
get
hear about.
Snoop on the pod, like, let's go,
Yeah.
dude.
Uh-huh.
All right, you ready for a quick round?
Quick round. Let's do
Oh
it.
my god, I love it. Okay, Chap, what do you think you cook the best?
Pasta.
What kind of pasta?
Any pot. Whatever's in the fridge. I
Really?
think that my talent is taking things that don't make sense and making them
Leftover pasta.
So you could be on
Supreme.
Chopped.
I could
Maybe
be-
if it was
I've been
a
invited
pasta
to be on
chopped.
Chopped before.
Have
so,
you?
Yep.
Why'd you say no?
I like
Not-
being the guy behind the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Not that the spotlight
And
guy.
like this podcast, great. Chopped. I need this. No,
Okay.
I need,
Okay. All right.
What's your hype song? What really gets you going before service?
Ooh.
Being out on the floor, being the man.
It's got to be Metallica, I think.
Metallica?
Metallica in general. Yeah, I think I was listening to Ride the Lightning yesterday. It's
Hot.
pretty
Speaking
great.
of
Yeah,
lightning.
So, yep, that,
It's a reach around, people. A callback. What restaurant are you dying to or have you splurged at that you would do again or want to? Could be DC, could be New York.
I just walked by Le Cuckoo and I've never had a bad experience there. It's been great. So yeah, that's great.
Awesome. What's your go-to drink?
Ooh.
I'm assuming it's a classic.
I'm gonna say a martini. It's
How do you take your martini?
one. There's no such thing as a vodka martini, so gin martinis.
Correct. Sorry, Judith.
Whatever.
Blue cheese olives.
Okay.
So I like a very classic gin. I'd say like a Bombay Dry or Beefeater. Although my kind of like, if I'm gonna be a little crazy, the what's the honey gin? The Bar Hill
Oh.
with blue cheese olives is
Oh,
great.
that sounds like a cheese
Yeah.
board right there.
No, it's great.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
All right. Maybe I'll try a gin martini.
yeah,
She won't.
another.
It's just that at 21, I had a bad experience with gin, and since
Really?
Maybe it's time to revisit it.
you know what? It's the sense memory is so vivid.
Look, I've vomited on
With your brain
so much
fog, maybe you
rum
won't
and
remember.
lime.
Oh, if
See,
only
just
I
exactly.
could choose the things
Don't
to
treat
forget,
don't treat the brain fog, and then you'll be all fine.
and then I'll just forget
That's true.
everything.
It's a really good point.
Your name,
If
gin.
you weren't in food, what would you be doing?
Hospitality, like hotels.
Okay, so you would still be in the
it'd
hospitality.
be something to do with, it's so for sure.
What's your favorite neighborhood spot?
Bucks Fishing and Camping.
Shout out
which
Bucks
is
Fishing and
which
Camping.
is it's I know a bizarre name for a restaurant, but it's so great. It is just it's the Washington Post food critic, who's a wonderful man. He talks about, he says, when I'm not working, that's where I go eat. It's just the staff's great, the food is always just solid and wonderful, and it's just a great local spot.
Awesome.
So
What scares you?
we're getting deep. You have to edit my answers in my head before I go.
Nope, just go for it.
Your daughter dating a DJ.
Oh God.
I mean, I don't think it's fair to get in the kid stuff, because of course you're always just terrified for your children.
Everything
all the time.
about
Everything.
the children.
Yeah.
I'm scared of
Being struck by lightning.
No, I'm scared of what all these challenges in the world right now. I'm worried how that's going to affect everybody, and even if I'm slightly more immune to it, just all the pain and suffering out there right now.
What's the biggest challenge in your industry that you face?
The unknown, and right now I think we're in a really solid foundation. I think I have the most amazing people that I have confidence to steer us through most anything, but I think it's the unknown. We talked about Donald Rumsfeld last night. The unknown unknowns, and what could
You're walking into someone's home or to a museum, and who knows?
Yeah, a lot of
Something
things could go
different
wrong.
what happens if fertilizer prices spike and we suddenly have a massive global famine, and how does that affect us? I mean, that's like, you don't know.
Right.
So
What are you most proud of?
my kids, 100%.
Oh,
So, I mean, my company, I'm so proud of my company and the people that work there, but there's so
But if
much
you
of
didn't
that,
say your
but so much
kids.
that work is done by other people. My kids I'm proud of, because I feel like at this point in their lives have had such a big hand in it.
is there
So-
anything major that you're starting to or want to implement into the catering company?
Well, the floral business is I'm still in the midst of that, and that is something I'm so proud of, and it's exciting and fun, and catering is super hard, and not that my floral team doesn't work super hard, but it's like the joy side of it is just so much easier to accomplish. The steps involved in a catering operation, I'm so proud of. It's so hard to do.
Right, the
The
logistics.
flowers, they're just, I go back there and it's just like, oh, you're making look at these beautiful arrangements you guys are making together. And so it's just, that brings a lot of joy.
What would be your last meal on earth?
Well, I'll tell you what's popped into my head is my favorite meal. Is a fluffer nutter Nutella sandwich.
That's what you want to go out on, huh?
Yeah, and some skim milk with that. Which I normally wouldn't do skim, but there's so much
With the fluffer nutter.
with the fluffer
Yeah.
nutter and
You need something to cut the fat.
Yeah, so
All right.
Lighter take.
yeah.
And what is the best thing you have put in your mouth recently?
Boy, I'd say it's the martini at Maison Bar de Vins. It's just that good of a martini. And it's weird to say that, because for the longest time, everyone I'd bartend and they say,
Right.
you make the best martinis. I'm like, it's literally just cold gin.
Yeah.
I did nothing.
It's not that hard, guys.
And I shook it. I shook a martini of gin, didn't put any vermouth in, and they're like, oh, so martinis it's like pizza. They're already great, but it's just that good.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. It's
And
been
on
fun.
your vacation that you come into the studio to hang out with us.
It was
for an
really,
hour.
I'm so glad you were able to do it.
Yeah.
It makes me very
Thanks so much
happy.
for having me.
Thank you for giving your opinion, because look, a lot of people wouldn't speak out. So I appreciate somebody like you has been in the hospitality industry for so long, running such a huge multi-million-dollar company. Your voice and
Not screaming.
right.
Your voice is not screaming.
And we appreciate it. So thank you.
Thanks. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah.
Love you.
Thank
have
you.
a
Love you
good
too.
dinner wherever you're going to go tonight.
Yeah. Corner store, obviously.
now you can't not.
I'll go with you.
I love you
We
too.
can get in. I love you. We all love
Yeah.
each other. Man, God, so much love. Follow, like, subscribe. do
Substack.
all those things. We have a Substack now. We did a whole article on State Club. The very first word was a typo. That is my bad, people. But you know what? Instead of hey, it said het, H-E-T.
Oh.
It said het, taste buds. Who cares? I'm not a perfect human. Sometimes I read things.
Maybe
a
we
million
should
times
start using it. Het.
don't see things, you
Stop
know?
trying to make het
that
happen,
just
Judith.
proves that AI does not write my articles, people. So yeah, do all the things. If you want to give us $5 a month, to get our Substack, it's a bunch of fun and useful information, I think. So you're always asking us for Rex anyway. Just
pay us.
Subscribe to the Substack, and you can also do it for free. That's cool too. We appreciate the support. Please leave a review. This is the end of season 4. Congrats on 4 seasons.
Holy shit, dude.
Right? Yeah. So season 5, we're going to take a month or 2 off just to, get some guests lined up and get it all back into the pipeline. And then we'll be back to recording. So thanks for sticking with us. It means the world to us. And we'll see you guys soon. I think we're going to post a few flashback episodes because the first 4 episodes, when we really didn't know what we were doing, I want to put them back out there.
Okay.
Chef Wes Witzel, Ruben Rodriguez. We've got Jeremiah and Fabs from Conjure and Wild Air.
Okay.
And Mandy Naglet.
I love that you think that we know what we're doing.
Now?
Yeah.
I mean, I know so much more than we did.
Okay.
So
I mean, I guess it's all relative.
I'm going to give myself a little bit of credit because now it's like it's seamless. Before I was like, petrified every time I had to upload.
I'd be interested to watch those earlier ones.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right, cool. Thanks for being here. Thank you for being here. Until next season, this has been Put It in My Mouth. Thank you. Go put it in your mouth, y'all. Bye.
You guys should do a Martha and Martha thing where you guys film yourself watching yourself.
What is I like it? What I like it. I like it.
Put It in My Mouth podcast is recorded in New York City at WTF Studios and hosted by Lala Zimsky and Judith Basich. It's produced by myself, Lala Zimsky, and entirely self-funded. So if you would like to support or sponsor an episode, please reach out to putitinmymouthpod@gmail.com. We would love to take your money. You can also support us on all socials across the board at putitinmymouthpod. Our intro and outro segments were created by Tyler Milliron. Our theme music was composed by Javier Dunn. Our editor is Saeem Asif. Please leave a review. It means the world to us and helps us get seen. Thanks for listening.